Right from the very first test you can see it, he's pushing the car to its absolute limit. Even though he doesn't know it inside out yet, he's already challenging it, extracting every bit of performance. That instinct, that immediate connection with the machine, it's seriously impressive. Lewis Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari is one of the most talked about moments in Formula One history, and now just days before the Australian Grand Prix, his impact on the team is already making waves. But what's truly shocking is how much he has impressed Charles Leclerc, the man who has been Ferrari's undisputed leader for the past 5 years. Before we dive into the details, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the massive updates coming this season. The battle between Hamilton and Leclerc, Ferrari's development war with McLaren and Red Bull, and the fight for the 2025 title, it's all about to unfold, and you won't want to miss a single second. Now let's get into it. Leclerc has been with Ferrari since 2019, and in that time, he has worked alongside four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel, competed against Lewis Hamilton at the peak of Mercedes' dominance, and experienced the highs and lows of Ferrari's recent struggles. But even with all that experience, Hamilton has managed to surprise him in ways he didn't expect. One of the things that has truly caught Leclerc off guard is Hamilton's incredible work ethic and his obsessive attention to detail. Leclerc has seen this kind of meticulous approach before, most notably with Vettel, but Hamilton takes it to another level. From the moment he arrived at Ferrari, Hamilton has been relentless in his pursuit of perfection, spending hours working with engineers analyzing data and fine-tuning every aspect of the SF25 to extract maximum performance. Leclerc has admitted that he was blown away by how quickly Hamilton has adapted to his new environment. Most drivers take time to get used to a new car, a new team, and a completely different way of working, but Hamilton was competitive from day one. According to Leclerc, Hamilton was already pushing the SF25 to its absolute limits in his very first test session, something that very few drivers in history have been able to do. But what makes Hamilton's approach so special? It's not just about raw speed, it's about his ability to communicate with the team, understand what the car needs, and make adjustments that lead to real improvements. He doesn't just drive the car, he actively shapes its development. It's a skill that only the very best drivers possess, and it's one of the reasons Hamilton has won 7 world championships. Leclerc also praised Hamilton's natural talent, saying that even with limited time in the car, he was able to immediately understand its behavior and extract performance from it. This ability to adapt quickly is what has made Hamilton such a dominant force in Formula One, and it's exactly what Ferrari needs as they try to close the gap to McLaren and Red Bull. But let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. How does Hamilton's impact on Ferrari change things for the team, and what does it mean for Leclerc? For years, Ferrari has been built around Leclerc. Ever since he outperformed Vettel in 2019, the team has positioned him as their future world champion. Every car they've developed in recent seasons has been tailored to his aggressive, oversteer-heavy driving style. But now, with Hamilton in the mix, everything is changing. Hamilton has already influenced key aspects of the SF25's development, including cockpit positioning, aerodynamic refinements, and power unit optimization. These changes are designed to suit his driving preferences, which means Leclerc might have to adapt to a car that is no longer built exclusively around him. This could create an interesting dynamic within the team. On one hand, Leclerc has a massive advantage in terms of experience with Ferrari. He knows how the team operates, he understands how to get the most out of their car, and he has spent years building relationships with the engineers. But on the other hand, Hamilton's experience, technical knowledge, and ability to develop a car over the course of a season could shift Ferrari's focus in his direction. How will Ferrari handle this situation? Will they allow both drivers to compete freely, or will they eventually favor one over the other? Right now, Leclerc insists that Ferrari is bigger than any single driver, and that there is no internal battle over who will be the team's number one. But let's be honest, history has shown that these things rarely stay friendly for long. If Hamilton starts outperforming Leclerc in the early races, the pressure on Ferrari to prioritize one driver will grow. And what about Hamilton himself? How is he approaching his first race with Ferrari at the Australian Grand Prix? Unlike previous years where Hamilton entered the season as the favorite, this time he's stepping into the unknown. Ferrari has made big improvements with the SF25, but McLaren and Red Bull still appear to have an edge in performance. Hamilton has admitted that the Ferrari is completely different from the Mercedes he drove for over a decade, both in handling and in the way the power unit delivers performance. But this might actually be a good thing. At Mercedes, Hamilton had to adjust his driving style to compensate for the car's weaknesses, particularly in the last few seasons. Now, with Ferrari, he has the chance to drive a car that naturally suits his strengths. Ferrari has already made changes to the cockpit to improve Hamilton's comfort and confidence in the car, allowing him to push harder without the limitations he faced at Mercedes. The key question now is whether these adjustments will translate into race-winning performance. Will Hamilton take these refinements and turn them into immediate success? Will he be able to challenge Leclerc straight away, or will he need a few races to fully unlock the SF25's potential? One thing is certain, this in-team battle between Hamilton and Leclerc is going to be one of the biggest storylines of the season. Leclerc has spent years as Ferrari's main hope, but now he faces the toughest test of his career. Can he prove that he's still Ferrari's best chance at a title, or will Hamilton's experience and championship pedigree shift the balance in his favor? Beyond Ferrari, the entire 2025 grid is shaping up to be one of the most competitive in years. McLaren looks incredibly strong, Red Bull is still a force to be reckoned with despite their preseason struggles, and even Mercedes is bringing major upgrades to get back into the fight. Ferrari needs to be at their absolute best if they want to compete, and Hamilton's arrival might be the key to making that happen. The Australian Grand Prix will be our first true test of just how much of an impact Lewis Hamilton has had on Ferrari. With months of preparation behind them and key refinements made to the SF25, all eyes will be on Melbourne to see if these changes have given the Scuderia the competitive edge they need. If Hamilton's feedback and influence have truly transformed the car, we could witness an immediate fight at the front, with the 7-time world champion challenging McLaren and Red Bull from the very start. Ferrari's performance in Australia will be a crucial test. If they're still battling inconsistency, balance issues, or tire degradation, it could mean their title hopes are slipping away. But beyond the car, all eyes will be on the new teammate dynamic. How will Hamilton and Leclerc stack up against each other for the first time? Tension, strategy, and raw pace, it's all about to unfold. Will Ferrari let Leclerc and Hamilton battle it out on track, or will we see early signs of favoritism and strategy calls? Leclerc has long been the face of Ferrari, but with Hamilton's championship pedigree, could the team dynamic shift? Who will emerge as the true leader at the Scuderia? The battle for the 2025 Formula One Championship is on. And, with Ferrari charging into the fight, this season is set to be an all-out thriller. Expect intense wheel-to-wheel action, unpredictable drama, and moments that will go down in history.